All right, welcome. This is the day we have been waiting for. Welcome. My name is Mr. Purpose International live here, and we are back with the head-to-head convos, head-to-head conversations, discussing on matters that really matter. If you have ever watched any of our head-to-head conversations, you will observe that we give it to you hot, spicy, inspirational, practical insights that you can begin to adopt and use immediately wherever you are in your journey of fulfilling purpose, whether you are at the discovery phase, whether you are at the development phase, whether you are at the phase of deploying whatever you have discovered about yourself. The head-to-head conversation is designed to help you move ahead in life. I usually say to people, for you to move ahead, you have to use your head. For you to move ahead, you have to use your head. And one of the ways to move ahead in life is to get into the stories of men who have evolved from the discovery phase into a brand. And tonight I have the pleasure of having with me live and direct. I'm going to read out, okay? I'm going to read out his profile before I bring him in, and then then we just go straight into the conversation. So one of the benefits of what we'll be talking about tonight is you can implement some of the things you learn tomorrow morning. You don't need to postpone or procrastinate. Once you get some relevant nuggets or relevant insights, you need to plan to act on it immediately. Tonight we're talking about unlocking your potential, how to unlock your potential, and doing justice to that topic with me this evening is no other but this young, dynamic young man who has created a brand for himself in the entertainment space. So please, if you are joining us tonight, wherever you are joining us from, please can you quickly send this live video to your contacts, to your friends, and wherever you are joining us from, please just type in the comment section where you are joining us from. If you're joining from Canada, from the US, if you're in Nigeria, whatever, wherever you are, please kindly let us know in the comment section. So let me bring him into the conversation, then I will read his profile because I see that he has already joined us and time is money. So Mr. Dayoice, I would invite you in at this point. So let me just search for you again. All right. So while we're waiting for our guests to
Hello.
join. Oh wow. Good evening,
Hello.
great man.
Good evening, sir.
I'm so delighted to have you live on the head-to-head conversations tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Right.
for having me.
So let's just wait. Okay, more people are joining us. I know Luakbo_unusual MCE praise. Thank you. Everyone that is joining us, please could you just type where you are joining us from, the location, your city, because this is a global meeting. Great things happen in meetings like this. All right. So okay, House of Shirts. Wow. Thank you for everyone who's joining. So like I was saying before I brought you in, please, I'll read your profile in a few minutes.
Okay.
One of the lessons that I've been able to pick up from working in purpose is that God is not very complicated. Every man's greatness was packaged inside him from birth, right? And like I say to people, your future is not ahead of you. Your future is inside of you, awaiting your discovery. You know, your future is not ahead of you, but inside of you, awaiting your discovery. Now, there's usually, I looked at your profile, I saw that you have some certifications, or you did masters along the line, but studying you as a person and as a brand, you have been very intentional with everything that you have been doing. And I don't want to get ahead of the conversation. So for everyone watching tonight, the first thing I want to lay down here is that your credential is not as powerful as your potential. Your credential, you will need to, for you to get one credential, you need about 18 years minimum. 6 years in primary school, 6 years in secondary school. If you're in Nigeria, it could be 10 years in the university system that you are not sure when you graduate. And then you eventually graduate with a paper certificate, and yet nobody might even employ you at that time. After 18 years, and you are not 18 years old, you might be you might be 28 at that time, you might be 25. And at that time, many young people, especially in this part of the world, are still very confused. But your potential from the day you landed on the earth has been on your inside, awaiting your discovery. So I usually like to help, especially men, to unlock, to first of all discover what will make them stand out and become a brand. And you are someone who has been able to do that almost effortlessly. So when I was thinking about who should I bring up for this month of February, I was like, wow, it was so easy. Especially when I saw you in your agbada in one of the events. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are meeting our guest for the first time, just pay attention to his very rich profile. Mr. Okesh, please, pardon me. Okay, I'll ask you where you're from in a few minutes. Okesh Dayoice is a Christian business strategist, master of ceremony par excellence, and creative thinker. He has a passion for seeing small businesses and brands grow into large, profitable companies, making their company competitive. Dayoice, as he's popularly called, has a master's in media and communication from the prestigious Pan-Atlantic University. He has been able to build a brand name for himself in a very short time, making him one of the most sought after luxury MCs, destination compares, who can come to your events in Italy, in Puerto Rico, in Madagascar,
even
in
Iran,
America,
even Iran. We are going to Iran these days.
Wow.
We go
And Qatar.
We go where the money is, you know.
Where the money is, Abby. You know, I like that one. Iran. I run to Iran immediately. So he's a Christian that believes in work, creative thinking, strategic plans, and prayers. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy wherever you are, please let's celebrate and applaud our guest for tonight. So let's start from the very beginning. How did this begin? Where did you discover that you have what I call the gift of gab, to be able to hold the mic and command a crowd the way you do? There must have been a time that maybe you were shy, or you were not as confident as you are today. So where did it begin? Let's start from the very beginning.
Okay. I know a lot of people actually don't know this, but I'm actually a very shy person. I'm actually a very reserved person. You know, I'm only lively when I'm probably on the mic, or when I'm with my friends, people I'm very used to. You know, but for me personally, it will be very hard for me to just get somewhere and you might not notice me immediately, right? Like, oh, but of course with time, then once I'm get used to everyone, you know. So for me, where I've always been in entertainment. Even before now, I've always been in that. So I knew that someday I'm definitely going to end up in entertainment, You know, it could be, I can actually do a lot of things. I can sing, I can act. There was a time I was making outfits for celebrities, the likes of FaZe,
Oh,
LKT, Vector the Viper. This was way back 2009, 2010, you know.
wow.
So trust me, I've been doing a lot of entertainment, you know, but of course, I've never really anchored an event, you know, but I knew it's something, of course, it's some, and you know, I'm in the choir. I've always been in the choir, you know, in my church in school. I was also part of in fact, I was the MD in school, you know. So of course, you know, that entails you standing in front of people. So I think that was a very soft landing for me, you know, standing in front of people. So I already knew standing in front of people was not an issue, you know. So for
Okay.
where I started from, basically, I think it was 2016. Yes, I was doing a course, Lagos Business School. I was doing a course in Lagos Business School. In fact, I don't know who sent me message, but of course, the kind of person that I am, I don't really believe there's anything I can't do. You know, I don't let things like things that can bully me, really. You know, so the course I did was media and communication, PAU. So the fees then was like around 3.8 million naira. And I was with UBA then. I was working with UBA. And of course, my take home then was less than 200K. So when I called my dad and when I told him, was like, just go to Unilag. Why Lagos? Why? Why? I was like, that is cool. I want. It was like, because we're supposed to pay 870K every 4 months, right? So we're supposed to
Okay.
pay that 4 times, you know. And then, of course, I not started this MC thing. So the only thing I had then was my salary less than 150K. And my dad was just like, guy, why not just go to lag? Why do you want to put yourself through this stress? You know, but I just really wanted to do it. I was like, I just wanted to, because I've always loved corporate communications, right? That's the
Okay.
guys in charge of the media, because my first degree was mass communication, right? So I've always loved corporate communications. So there was a day I visited GT head office. I visited their corporate communication department, man. And this was way back 2010, 11, when I was
Okay.
serving, right? Yeah. So I was like, man, I liked the way they were looking sharp, the way they were looking. I was like, I go enter this department, you know. So a friend of mine, I spoke with her. I was like, I want to work in a corporate com department. She was like, oh, that she knows a school that actually majors in corporate com, that it will be easier when you have a corporate com certificate than when you're just a random mass com guy, you know. So that's one of the major reasons why I actually wanted our school, the Lagos Business School.
Okay.
They focus more on the marketing, communication, corporate com, you know, because I really wanted to work in corporate comms, you know. But that's another story. Even till now, we're not even using the Pali self. But trust me,
Yeah.
I went through hell to get that
I
Pali, because
I
I
think
was
I remember the month you graduated.
yes.
You posted it
Yes, it's still on my
on your
page. I
Instagram
posted it.
handle,
Yeah, yeah.
and you wrote a long epistle
Yes.
that
Yes, it was hell,
finally.
trust me. It was hell, trust. Because I mean, you know, I was owing a lot of people. Honestly, I'm just gonna say, I don't know. I tell people it's not worth it, but when people see me today and they tell me, you say this thing is not worth it, but look at your brand. Somehow, this school has impacted your brand, because, you know, it's marketing, it's advertising, you know, and all that. So I just feel I wasted quite a lot of money doing that course, you know, because
Mm,
I had to borrow from everywhere. In fact, I'm very sure the money I spent eventually on that course was close to 6 million naira. And this was
6 million naira.
this was way back 2016,
2016.
2016 to 2018. And I mean, I didn't have any other source of income. It was just my bank job that was less than 150K, you know. So, I mean, so that was what prompted me to being an MC. So I needed another source of income, really. You know, so
Mm.
a friend of mine,
Okay.
yeah, okay,
Wow. Yeah.
okay.
Continue that.
Okay, so a friend of,
So it was
if,
2016.
yeah,
As at 2016, you had never emceed any
no, 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 no.
event
No, it
professionally.
was late 2016. I think I had my first job, or early 2017. Late 2016, I had my first job. Late
Mm.
2016.
Okay. Now, I always say to people that once if you empty your wallet into your brain, you've
Mm,
not lost your money.
mm,
You know, and that was what you did.
mm,
You emptied your bank account, emptied what's in your purse into yourself.
mm.
because personal development is not cheap.
It is not.
It comes at a cost, but it eventually pays.
Eventually.
Last year, I did a lot of online courses. There was one online course I registered for. It was in dollars. I've never in my life paid that amount of money. But I know the investment is going to come from the quality of the work I'm going to put out this year.
I agree.
You know, it necessitated that investment. So I don't agree with you there that it was a waste of money, because most of the branding you do today, consciously or unconsciously, some of what you must have learned there exposed your mind to that. Okay, so now I'm a purpose discovery coach.
Sorry, let me
many times.
Sorry, before you, I mean, it was a waste in the sense, I not like waste, like I actually do not regret the move, because I think it actually broadened who I am today. You know, because it made me practically who I am, because to a certain extent, it made me realize I can actually do anything, you know, which is one of the things that actually drive me. So when I mean waste, I mean like I didn't eventually do the corporate com, because I tried, when I finished, I tried applying, but it was not forthcoming. It was even recently that 2 people reached out to me that, oh, are you interested in corporate? I'm like, oh, I'm not interested in anything, you know. So that was what I meant by waste. But of course, I think it broadened my mind. I learned quite a lot. So yeah. So that's that. Yeah. So please,
okay. So now coming to this, I'm very interested in this. 2016 to 2023 is roughly about 7 years.
Yes.
That's 7 years. So your brand is, we can say your brand is just going to be 7 years old this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Arguably, yeah.
Because we're still in the early parts of 2023.
Yeah.
So your first job, let's talk about your first job. Were you paid for your first job, or was it a free? Or was it a free?
It was a free job, actually, because I wanted pictures. I wanted so when I started out, you know, of course you put out, you know, of course there are processes, right, to pursuing your passion, right? So a lot of people, okay, let me just list them out. So the first thing is you identify what you want to do. The second thing now is you after identifying what you want to do, so now how do you want to proceed in this field? So one of the fastest way to proceed in that field is probably internship, learning from someone that is already doing it. So it's basically sitting on a giant's shoulder, right? Yeah. So you can, I mean, that's why everybody has a coach, right? Even Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, everybody has a coach. So
Ronaldo.
Yeah. Exactly. So you identify what you want to do, you learn from someone. So after learning from someone, then you need to now go and launch yourself. So if you are lucky, you have a coach that push jobs to you, right? But even at that, some coach, they still need to see you doing stuff on your own, right? So that's where you do the pro bono, that's where you do free stuff, that's where you do cheap stuff. It doesn't mean that's your value. It doesn't mean because you're doing it free or because you're doing it cheap, it doesn't mean you are cheap, right? It's just part of the process of getting to your purpose, right? So you know what you want to do, you learn from people already doing it. After learning from people already doing it, then you now start, you now activate it, like you now start doing it for free, doing it so you can have a catalog, so you can have an history. So when people ask you, what have you done, where are the pictures, where are the videos, so you have videos, you have samples to show them. So that was exactly where I was. I needed to show people, because I mean, you know, this thing we do, people will just, you can tell people that you are the best MC, people still want to see this an IG age, right? People want to see. Yeah. You know, before it used to be pictures, now it's so bad that it's videos. So you can't even hide some people. I mean, you can't even upload the same type of videos 20 times because people will get tired. I mean, we'll see this before. Now only gele game they do. You do gele game today, gele game tomorrow, gele game. Oga, I mean, so you have to be that good. You have to be that spontaneous.
Versatile.
Yes, yeah. They have to upload it. So I needed stuff on my page 2016. Right, so I reached out to a friend. She was getting married. I saw it. She just posted it up on her page. And of course you have to hunt, right? A lot of people are too comfortable, too relaxed to pursue their, like, you have to hunt, like you have to be desperate, you have to be hungry. It's just like an hunter. Do you know some hunters don't come home till they kill an
To get
animal?
their game.
You can't go home.
Yes.
What are you going home? What are you going home? What are you going home to do? What do you want to tell your people at home? But a lot of people are comfortable. A lot of people are you can't be. I was everywhere. Facebook, WhatsApp. In fact, some people have started blocking me on WhatsApp. Now, guy, they send us BC. I mean, I was hungry. I was hungry. Like, I need to just show myself. I need to do so. I saw a friend of mine posted a picture that she was getting married. You know the way it was then? It's now that wedding is as now. Then it was like it was just a paper that they just posted on IG that I'm getting married. I just sent her a DM. Alpha, do you have an MC? She didn't even have a plan for an MC. Like,
wow.
She didn't even have a plan for. She was like, MC, what is MC do? I was like, she was like, okay. She was like, how much do I charge? That is it free? I said, no, she will pay me 10K. She was like, that she doesn't have, or that she shouldn't worry. I said, okay, she shouldn't worry. So it was some days later, I just thought about it that I need her more than she needs me, right? Like, I need those pictures, I need those
that platform.
Yes,
I need that platform.
Yes, because a lot of people will tell me, what have you done? Show us what you've done. Let's see what you've done. So you need to show people what you've done. So I reached out to her. I told her I was going to do it free. She was so excited. She didn't even know I needed it for myself also. And I did that. In fact, it's part of the first videos on my page. And I did a shoe game, of course, because, like I said, I've also learned from someone. I've gone out, I've learned, I've intended, right? I've learned a lot. Yeah. So it's now time to put everything you've learned, it's not time to activate.
Into practice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was such an amazing event. The event went well. I think that then, so when I posted that video up, luckily for me, that's why you can't just be comfortable. You can't just be relaxed. You can't just wait for things to happen. If things are not happening, just start moving, just start walking. And I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain. Like, people are just too comfortable. I don't know how to explain. So
let me stop you there.
Okay.
I know you have a lot to say. There's another question that popped out from the story of how you started that I want to ask you to help some young people. Some people are not even young anymore. Some are in there because please, if you are watching this live, towards the end, I'm going to make you an offer. There's a course, there's a boot camp that will be coming up in March, especially for people in paid employment that are tired of the jobs they are doing. Now, some people, there are two kinds of unemployment. Some people are not employed, they don't have a job yet. Then some people are underemployed because the potential they have and the jobs they are doing don't match at all. It's like bringing a Cristiano Ronaldo to the Nigerian local league, playing for one of the clubs that don't even have a club chairman. And all of that potential to be the Ballon d'Or, to have won the Ballon d'Or was in him. That would totally mismanage his talent. So there's a question I want to ask now. How were you able to zone in and how are you able to zone in that, okay, from amongst my multiple abilities, because you said you could sing, you were making clothes, and you don't sound, I think I've heard you in church, you could sing Fuji, you sing Fuji. You have that husky Yoruba voice too. You would have. So why was it master of ceremony service that you settled for? What was it that you saw either in, how did you discover that this is the one that I'm going to chase with everything I have? Because if you don't know the exact one you were supposed to build on, like I say to people, if you are going to climb up the ladder of success, ensure that the ladder is resting on the right building first, so that you don't get to the top of that building and discover you were climbing the wrong building. So how did you identify that this ability to talk,
was it? Then there's another question in that, which
Should I
is
answer this one first?
okay, yes. Let me allow you to answer that.
Okay. So I think one of the major issue a lot of talented people have is the ability to know which one to do. You know, so when you meet people that are really gifted, that are really talented, of course, I can do like 4 or 5 different things. I know people that can do like 10, that can do a lot of things. Then they now get confused because they don't know where to start from. They don't know which one they should do. So for me, I mean, like I said, I've made clothes for celebrity. I've done all that. So for me, it was at this point in my life, it was about making money, right? It was about making money. So so we also need to realize that, I mean, you can use one of your gifts to draw up the others, right? If I want to go into, if I want to have a clothing line now, I think to a certain extent I can do that now because I already have a good successful MC brand, right? So most times the issue most people have is that they want to die on a talent. Okay, look at Tunde Ednut, for example. Look at Tunde Ednut, for example. Tunde Ednut used to be a singer, right? He used to be a singer, he used to be a musician. But I mean, when and most time God will direct our paths, like everything will start aligning. You will see, so you just have to be sensitive, right? You just, because most of us, we take these things for granted, right? So for someone like me, imagine I just said waiting the MC because I was a banker, like waiting the MC, me I go carry my, I go to do ladies and gentlemen, God forbid, you know, because I mean it was not honorable. Like, what do you do? I am an MC, you know. It's even these days that MC is cool. You know, when you start traveling to London, travel to Italy, people are like, people paid you to come and MC an event, you know. I mean, then I don't.
Some people see it as just talking. What can I can talk too now.
Exactly. So, I mean, you can't even convince your parents that what you want to be an MC. They'll be like, MC, how? You want to leave banking to be, I don't get it, you know. So for me, I feel we should be sensitive. If you've been doing a particular thing for a particular number of years and it's like you are investing so much or doing so much and you're not getting as much as you should, maybe you should check out other things you can do. I mean, of course, there are some people that need to do some things for 20, 30 years before they finally find a break. But I dare say, you don't even have to spend 20, 30 years before you have a break. If you're not progressing consistently, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to eat. Yes, but there need to be some form of progress, right? My first job was free. Right? When I finished the event, they were so happy. The bride was like, no, you have to go and meet the husband, and please give this guy something. He was so beautiful. And the guy was like, yeah, come, make I find you something. He gave me 2,000 naira, you know. But of course, I did it. I collected that 2,000 naira. From 2,000 naira, my next job, when I posted my video of that job, my class rep contacted me to Ibadan. He paid me 18,000 naira, right?
Wow.
So I paid my transport and everything, 18,000 naira from that job, right? After that one, my mate, my friend in school contacted me. After I saw the videos and everything, he brought me back to Ibadan. I charged him 50K and he paid for my accommodation. So there was progress. So you can see that, you know, in fact, I didn't even know you can charge up to 200,000 naira because I was just shocked that make I just, oh my, go talk 50,000, 20,000. No, because how much was that? I mean, I was going to work every day and I was earning 150K. So I mean, that was like
in 30 days.
30
so
days.
In 30 days, you made 150K.
So in
a few hours,
you're making 50K.
Yes.
So it does not make sense to me. I was just excited. Say, just oh my, and you go see chop for party, you go wear fine clothes. So I was excited. You know, the day my friend called me and told me he charged 200K, I was mad. I was like, what? 200? Where? How? You know, and I'm grateful to God. I mean, these days you even tell people that you charge. In fact, you have some clients that you charge almost 500,000 or almost 1 million, and they're like, oh, don't worry, send account number. And you'll be like, you know,
wow.
So there's progress. So whatever you do, there should be progress. Forget your talent. You don't have to die on that thing you love. You can love it more than the other talents, right? But build a name on something else first. Try other things, right? And of course, you need to also be sure you're doing the right thing. It's right thing. But let's just move on. Yeah.
Okay. So for everybody on the call tonight, thank you for joining. We are talking about how to unlock your potential. How to unlock your potential. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Mr. Purpose. I'm a Purpose Mastery Self-Discovery Coach. In the month of March, we have a special boot camp for talented people who are yet to establish a business from their talents. You're not yet very clear. So it's the Talent to Business Boot Camp. It's a 3 days boot camp. We're going to help you, first of all, clarify, identify, and then help you build a business model from your talent. I'm going to show you how to get paid for what you were made to do. So from your story now, there must have been some challenges in the first few months or first few days, first few years of your launching out into the industry that had big players already. You know, you were launching out from banking, which has no correlation with MCing, right? So I don't know what department were you in banking?
Yeah, I was.
Were you in
Okay.
marketing?
No,
Were you in marketing?
I was in customer service actually.
Customer service. Okay. So you had some interaction with
I had
people.
to cross.
So what were your initial early day challenges? Because for new MCs, you will hear some people would tell you they are not getting jobs, or they don't have enough money to even buy clothes. Because as an MC, people see you before they hear you.
True.
No matter how funny you are, if you dress shabbily, you won't be treated with seriousness. So what were your own peculiar challenges? And then how did you overcome the challenges you faced in the early days? Let's say the first 3 years.
Yeah, I think the major challenge I had was what most MCs face: getting jobs. Getting jobs. So, and I need to mention that your 9 to 5 might not be your dream job, but your 9 to 5 is what we build, what you use to build your dream job, right? Your 9 to 5 might not be your dream job. It might not be what you want to do for the rest of your life, but you use your 9 to 5 to build. You use your 9 to 5 to pamper. You use it to pad your dream job, what you want to do, right? So, I mean, I was by God's grace, I was comfortable. If not for the master's thing I dabbled into, that I was paying a lot of money. I was comfortable, a young guy, anyone I was earning as a banker. But of course, when I was struggling with getting jobs from people. I mean, nobody, like you said, I was just coming into the industry. Nobody knows me from anywhere, you know. But like I said, there's a place of audacity. There's a place of audacity. There's a place of being daring, not being comfortable. You must be rugged. You must, you know, of course, there's a place of prayer. You can't just do all these things and just think it will fall on your lap. There's a place of prayer, right? You pray. I don't know what you believe in, but I believe so much in prayer. And of course, when you pray, God just drops it on your mind that do this, and without wasting time, you see it's true. You know, so I think my major challenge was getting jobs, obviously. And I think one of the first things I did was I looked at the people doing very well, right?
Okay.
Maybe because of my background. So I knew I needed to do advert. I need people to see me. I need these clients to notice me, right? So I checked out the guys that were doing very well. I mean, when I came in, the people that I knew then that I was always seeing planners repost were Ajele, Comedian Extreme. Comedian Extreme is in the US now. I think Ajele and Comedian Extreme, they were the 2 top guys that I knew before I started meeting every other top people, you know. But so I was checking them. So I chatted them. I sent them DMs that I'd like to come and see what you guys are doing. I'd like to, because of course, like I said, there's a place of internship. You need to, if you can't monitor closely people that are doing excellently well, people that are already up there, because a lot of them might not even reply DMs. You can understudy them from afar, right? And if they are not replying, trust me, nobody rejects gifts. Send them a gift. Tell them, oh, sir, I have it. Some people will just send you DM and tell you, sorry, your boss, I'd like to learn. Do you know how many people reach out to me and tell me they want to learn? How many people do you want to help? You know, but nobody, but I mean, I'm not, of course, I'm not soliciting for gifts or anybody.
The gift of a man makes room for him.
Yes, gifts in the gift you have and the gift you give.
Let me just share a true story with you. Many years ago, I also needed to connect with a mentor who was like one of the biggest names then. So I went to his office in Ikeja. I saw close to about 10 young guys who were also there for the same purpose like I was there for. So he said, okay, how many of you are here to see me? How many of you are here to see me? I joined the queue, and he said, I'm giving all of you 2 minutes.
Advice.
But
okay,
I was the only one that went with a gift. Exactly. And guess what was the gift? It was shoe polish and the brush.
As small as that.
Immediately he saw that, he just said, what's your name? I said, no. I said, please wait, just wait here. He discharged the others.
Exactly.
And said, and gave me 1 hour with him, and then asked me to also come with him to where he was going to.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that a lot of young people in this our generation don't really want to practice. They have this sense of entitlement mentality.
Exactly.
They're like, why are you not even replying your DM? Exactly. I don't owe you.
Who are
I'm
you?
not
So there's a, so if you try, luckily for me, when I reached out to the two guys, of course they were helpful anyways. So I just had to put that out there, that if there's someone, it doesn't even have to be in the MC space. If there's, the first thing to do is know what you want to do. Then you need to learn from someone already making millions from it, right?
Find a mentor.
Yes, as I am now, if I want to go into business, right? I already know I have passion for business, and I'm targeting Dangote. How best do you think you can meet? Do you think you just send Dangote a DM and say, hello, sir, I want to even respond? But I dare tell you that if you should send him a DM, most of these people even see their DMs. They see the DMs, they just decide which one to reply to and which one not to reply to. And that's why it will always be there. You just tell them, hello, sir, I have a gift, I have a small package for you. I've been so blessed by what you do, blah, blah, blah. There's nobody you send that to unless they do not say. Even if you send them an email, they'll respond to you. It's a gift. Nobody rejects a gift, right? So so that's why I went out with those guys. I learned what they were doing, and I realized I can do this thing these people are doing. Of course, they were good. They were so good with what they were doing. But I knew this is what they are doing. I can do the same thing, right? So I knew I had to put myself out there, because I'm just new. I'm here. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows what I'm doing. So I had to bring in. So that's where the money I spent in my Lagos Business School. So that's where, and I started using it on myself. So I knew I needed to do I needed to advert, right? So, and in adverts, you need to have your target audience. You can't reach out to everybody. You need to know who your markets are. You need to know who your.
Where were the places that you advertised?
Exactly. That's what I'm going to. So the first thing, and these days, I have a group. We have close to 100 MCs in that group. These are the people that we mentor, we gist, we talk together and all that, right? So I was telling them yesterday that, see, a lot of people just want to trend. You can trend, you can have 500,000 views and you won't get a job from that. You can have 500. So there's a place of having the right content and advertising on the right platform, right? So you can't just carry money now and say you want to go to Instablog. So for me, I knew it was Bella Naija, right? And I dare say, I'm actually one, if not the first MC that paid Bella Naija to be on Bella Naija in Nigeria that I am aware of. I dare say. I think it was after I started it, a lot of other MCs now started putting stuff on, so I dare say I think I'm one of them. So I saw Bella Naija. Bella Naija has a clientele. It has this packaging of the type of people the type of events I wanted to do. This was me that was charging 10K, charging 5K as at 2016, 2017, right? So, but as at 2016, 2017, I was looking at Bella Naija, and I knew that these are the kind of people I want to work for. Like when you see the couple, I'm like, man, I want to do this type of weddings. So I sent Bella Naija a message. They didn't respond. I sent them an email. Luckily for me, they responded. I said, oh, we have this package. And as at then, one post on Bella Naija was 160 something. That's even more than my salary then in the bank. 160.
One post.
One post.
One
now
post.
It's like 2 something. One post there was like once. I was like, once. But like I said, you must be hungry. If you're not ready to take risk for your dream, nobody will do that for you. right? I mean, if you're not ready to chook it. So I mean, Bella Naija was charging 160 something there, but I knew I needed to move to the next level because jobs was not coming.
So
In fact,
you paid for one post on
my
Bella
brother paid,
Naija.
my brother paid Bella Naija. In fact, this thing is echoing.
How many months salary did you put together?
Brother,
My brother,
in fact, this thing is echoing.
Can you hear me?
I'm having a feedback.
It's clear here.
Okay.
It's clear.
Okay. So I'm having
Yeah.
feedback from it. So like I said, so I reached out to Bella Naija, but of course that money was 160 something. I've never, as of 2017, and I'm not even trying to. I've never spent 160 something K on myself. I've never even spent 100K on myself, like 100K. I had never done that, you know. But I just saw. I knew that was the. In fact, 2017. Okay, so I did one job in 2016. 2017, I didn't have any job till like June, right? A friend of mine had to call me like, "Oh boy, you still do this MC thing?" I said, "I do. Nah, job no day," you know. So then I gathered the money. I even borrowed part of the money from friends, everything. Then I sent it to Bella Naija, and I sent them one of my video. You need to see that video. That video, if I see that video these days, that video is terrible, man. The video was just there, you know, but of course it was a professional video. But if I see the quality these days,
Now, yeah. But you see, you were just acting out certain principles in scriptures that do not despise the days of little beginning, because your latter end will greatly increase. Another thing that you were practicing is what is called the law of being the law of action. Like that's why in Proverbs 6, God said, "Go to the ant, O ye sluggard. The ant, having no overseer or ruler, provides her own meat in summer." That was your summer season. You planted the seed when you ought to plant it. And you know, there's seed time and harvest. So you were, because from your story, I'm just picking out principles that we're going to teach as from step by step to people who register for the program we're going to have March 1st to March 3rd. If you have been sitting on your talent or your potential, or you've not been able to identify what you ought to be doing in a big way, please register for Talent to Business. We're going to give a discount to everyone who is on this call tonight. So, but you can send me a DM. I'm going to give you a 20% discount because of Dayoice, right? And your discount code for everyone on this call tonight should be Dayoice. Dayoice. Yeah, just type Dayoice. Yes. March 1st to March 3rd. It's a 3 days boot camp and is virtual. So from any part of the world where you are, you can register for that. We're going to take you by the hand and place you in your own throne. Next question to you, sir. You are known as the king of wedding games. For me, that is a powerful brand strategy, right? Defining. Now, you see, and there's some people who even look at you and call you proud or arrogant. But like, he has not even gotten to the top. He's calling himself king. Who made him a king and all of that. And this is how I reply those kind of people. That it's only ignorance that sees confidence and calls it arrogance. It's ignorance that sees confidence and calls it arrogance. And one of the things that I love about your personality is you ooze out confidence. You ooze out this "I can do it" spirit. So when I saw your brand strategy, I said, this man is going to the top, not just the top, the topmost of the top. So, but how did you, and why did you come up with that king of wedding games? And is it that you're a very playful person? You like to play a lot. You even call yourself Minister of Happiness right now. So, but now, at the beginning of this conversation, you said you are not really a live. You're a bit shy. You're not a pure sanguine. Yes. So, but when you get on stage, your gift is unlocked, and you just turn the place upside down. So why did you settle for that brand identity, King of Wedding Games?
Okay, so like I said, I'm an advert person. So there's what we call unique selling proposition, right? So even the King of Wedding Games, I barely use it these days. I don't even think it's been a while I called myself King of Wedding Games because everybody now is King of, so I just let it be, right? But I am an advert person, and I know what brand perception is. I know what segregation is. People might not like you, right? People might not like you. People might talk about you, that why is this guy always doing this? But when they need someone that fits that exact purpose, you'll be the first person their mind will go to, right? A lot of people will tell you, oh, this guy is too proud. Oh, this guy, they call himself king, saying be number one. Him be games. Do you know some clients, they'll reach out to plan and say, we want somebody that will do games, just games. So I mean, when a planner, when someone has already yabbed you that, this one, they call himself king, Wimby, you will just start testing. But when a client reach out to them and tell them, I need someone that does games, that is very good with games, and the first person their mind comes to is you, right? Because you have built our guys online.
Oh, wow.
Good evening, sir.
The spirit of Sako. This is another king in the industry.
Yes.
We salute you, sir. How is Quara, sir?
It's been impactful in a lot of careers. So.
Yes. So back to your story.
So what was I? Okay, yeah. So for the King of Wedding Games. So when I started out, I'm not a comedian. I can make people laugh. I make my friends laugh, right? I mean, making people laugh, people I'm comfortable with comes easy to me. But I knew I was not a comedian, and that's where a lot of MCs. I'm working on my book, should be out before my birthday, right? So I'm gonna have most of this. So trust me, it's gonna be mind blowing. It's gonna be like something you've never seen before in the MC industry, especially in Nigeria, right? I'm working on my book. It's gonna. Yes.
You see your investment in the Pan-African University. You see it's working here.
Yeah. So when you see a lot of MCs think they need to be funny, they need to be a comedian, they need to crack jokes. No. When I go for events and a planner tells me or coordinator tells me, go and crack joke now, people are bored, crack joke. I say, no, I don't work like it's better to wait, like Jesus said, he waited for the appointed time, right? And he said it's better to wait for the appointed time and do the right thing than messing it up before time. So these days, if I get to the venue and the clients are the couple because I start the events most times when the couple are around, right? If I get to the venue and the couple are not around, I could interact with the audience and all that, but I won't do that. I'll just hand over to the live band maybe after 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? Because what I really do involves the couple and their friends and the audience, right? So, but for a comedian can take the mic and do from start till the end, right? But everybody, I also believe, so for me, I was watching YouTube videos. I was checking out videos that, man, let me watch YouTube, let me see, because I didn't even know how to start as an MC, but I knew I need to separate myself from everybody in this industry. I need to call myself something. I need to be different. I need to go to an event and be called back because of something. I mean, what joke have you not heard before, really? I mean, there are some people that they've cracked the same jokes, but if they tell it again, you laugh, right? So you've heard veteran jokes. So I watched YouTube. All the videos I saw on YouTube were not even making me laugh, right? So is this the joke I want to go and crack? Then it just dawned on me.
There's an awful effect trying to tell a joke to an audience that didn't make you laugh.
Exactly.
It's an awful feedback you're gonna get.
So most of the jokes I saw on YouTube were not even funny to me, so I was like, how can I do this? And that's where a lot of people want it to be perfect before they start. A lot of people want everything to be assembled, everything to be perfect, complete before they know. So when I interned with my friend that I learned from, Ayula, of course, a lot of people know Ayula. So I went out with Ayula, I went out with Ayula a couple of times. So Ayula did games, he did Gele game, he did, I think he did shoe game, right? He did also, I had those two games, right? And I was like, okay, let me check games. So I started doing my research. I started doing my research on games. I was checking YouTube, Pinterest, Google. A lot of people these days don't want to work. They don't even want to go out of their way.
To research.
Somebody will send you DM and tell you, please, oh, I have a 90th birthday. Can you list out the games that you? I'm like, me, I'll list out games. Why did they now give you the job? Why did they give me the job?
If I was the one the person was talking to, I would tell him, this is a game you can play. Suwe. Can't play Suwe.
So he said I should list out. I'm like, no. That's the place where you do your own research. So I did my own research. I went to Pinterest, Google, YouTube. I introduced a lot. Trust me, a lot of games that MCs use these days. I dare say I introduced a lot of them. You know, some I modified, like the shoe game. You notice people barely use shoes again, right? So,
yes.
Yeah, I was part of the pioneers of the people that started using cardboard for shoe games, right? And for shoe games, you see people these days. You see the couple's friends standing behind them, right, and changing direction. I dare say I introduced that. I
think you are the one that brought that into the industry. Yes.
Yeah. So I started doing games differently, and I was like, and of course in advert, there's a part where you have to create dominance, where you have to start, even if you're not sure. I mean, a lion doesn't take permission to roar, right? You roar, you know, even if you're not sure, even if it scares you, you do it. I mean, that's who you are, right? So I started pushing that King of Wedding Games, #1 wedding MC, Kiniko, you know. So, I mean, from there, I mean, I think that's practically where the name came. And I was doing a lot of games. So when I do events for planners, most of them, they're used to jokes. They are used to people. They're not used to games. Of course, he has his downside. Until recently, a lot of planners didn't like games. They were like, how can you come to an event and be doing games? Of course, there are some games that are also not meant for weddings. There are some games that are meant for beach events. There are some games that are meant for end of the year party. There are some games, there are some games that are not meant for weddings, right? But some people, of course, you know, it's a change. A lot of planners were not ready for that change. They were like, oh, no, how can you come to an event? And because it was strange to them, right? And there were some that immediately you do it, they were blown away. They were like, what kind of, it is different. We love it. You know, it's not the same because, of course, they've used some MCs over the years that the same jokes, the same, you know, the same, you know, so, I mean, they were tired at some point, you know, and I was just grateful. And I think from there, the name stuck. And yeah, that's where the King of Wedding Games came from.
And kudos to you. I must also say that one of the hallmarks of a great man is how many other people were able to find their own greatness through his own rising. You know, so when I noticed that you created a mentoring platform, I just knew that one day this man and myself and my organization, we're going to do great stuff together, because a candle does not lose its light when it lights others. And it's in Africa, I bet you say it's in Africa that we see a lot of, in quotes, great they are not leaders, they are rulers who are insecure, so they don't give power away to other people.
I agree.
They enjoy that hero worship, subservient nature. They are like the biggest tree in the forest. So when they collapse, the entire forest disappears. And kudos to, we cannot talk about entertainment industry, MC comedy industry today and not mention the king himself, Ali Baba, for his open-heartedness. Yes, his impact. And he joined us on this call, the spirit of Sako himself. He's also a phenomenal, very secure leader who, through his rising, many have climbed into their own place of relevance. So we are bringing it home now. I want you to talk about the aspect that ensures that you stay in business, which is the money part, right? So how were you able to quickly position your brand and also negotiate? because there's always a first time you are earning in maybe 6 zeros, right? From, you said your first job now was 2K, 18K, 50K. I won't ask you to mention how much you charge exactly now, but I already know how much you charge. But how are you able to break the ceiling? Because there's always a lead at times in our mind where you're asking yourself, am I really worth this amount? Would they pay? So what would you advise somebody who knows he's very good, he has been consistent, but maybe he's still earning 100K, but his quality of delivery is around that 450, 500,000 and above. But it seems like he's stuck. It seems like he's stuck in that price ceiling, that is like a price ceiling over such an MC, not a starter now. Somebody who is good at the game, very good, excellent delivery, has his unique selling point, but his price, he has not been able to, just attract the clients that can pay him, let's even say 1 million per event.
Okay. Firstly, this is broad. This is one of my favorite topics I love talking about. I can talk about it for the whole day. Pricing, right? Pricing is very broad. So I'm gonna try and split it as much as I can. Like I said, I'm working on my book. I'm gonna have all this in it, and I'm gonna touch all this pricing. And so because you've been in the industry for long doesn't mean you can charge 500K. Because you've been in the industry for long doesn't mean you can charge 1.5K. People charge you what they think you are worth. The only people that don't charge you what they think, the only people that don't charge you what they think you are worth are just one-off clients. There are some one-off clients that just saw your stuff online and they're just excited. Say, man, I want this guy. I want this person. Or maybe referral. Too bad. Go sit down. There are some stuff that maybe a friend refer, just like you said, a mentor can refer you to a client and say, oh, this my guy is very good. And they wanted to pay that mentor 800K. And they'll be like, okay, we'll pay you 600K.
Based on
you get exactly. So a lot of people, the problem they have is not that they can't charge 1,500,000. So the problem they have is a brand personality issue. People don't see
brand personality.
Yes, people pay you what they think your brand is worth. And that's the truth. Do you understand? People will not see.
Yes.
It's just like if you want to buy an iPhone 14 and there's a Techno 14 beside it. You can't pay Techno 14 for what iPhone 14 is worth.
Brand perception.
Brand perception, exactly. What do people perceive? What do people think about your brand? So one of the things, and that's one of the things that I've been able to do, I don't know if I should say it here, but I do conscious advice.
Don't say it yet. I'm thinking very strongly. We're going to invite Dayoice to be one of our facilitators for the Talent to Business Boot Camp.
I charge in
from
dollars, $5,000.
Not a problem. The boot camp is going to hold from March 1st to March 3rd for serious-minded people who, and I'm targeting a lot of employees who are tired of that phase of their life, and they know I have this unique talent, but I want to create business from it. The boot camp is not cheap and it's not going to be too pricey. It's virtual, and we are bringing some of the most sought after people in their own spheres of influence. I have been in my own industry. This is my 15th year teaching purpose, self-discovery, and purpose mastery. And I've seen that greatness can be duplicated. Success, you can replicate success in any field or endeavor, but the keys are usually the same. Number one, I just said it now, you must ensure that the potential or the talent you want to build mastery on is the one that can also earn you money. Some people are passionate about things that they can't make money from.
Not
right?
Immediately. They can't make money from
Not
immediately. Exactly.
Immediately, yes. Because that passion is not solving a problem. Is not in their immediate environment at the moment. So you can't be so you have to find anyway. I don't want to do the teaching now. register for.
Yeah. So I think.
So let me just allow you finish that point. Then I'll ask you my second to the last question for tonight.
Okay. So for me, I mean, there's a lot I can say about pricing. Okay. So do you know that a particular price attracts the same type of clients? If you keep charging 50K, there's a probability you keep doing 50K clients. A 500K clients will not come, right? A lot of people fluctuate prices. Today you charge 50K, tomorrow 35K, tomorrow 15, anywhere below face. This is why I advise MCs to always get a job, have another source of income, so you won't be desperate. See, I know, people know who to hire. Clients reach out to, and planners look at couple and they know which MC go fit. See, you can't be doing, now my person, you are doing 50K, 40K, 30K for them, right? You feel you are doing them a favor because they are your person. The day they will have a couple that is ready to pay 500K, they will not call you. They might have been calling you. They might have been calling you every day because it's in between. But there's a client coming that is ready to pay 500K. They will not. So there's a lot that influence pricing. Then there's also a part of, for pricing, don't be desperate. Have another source of income. Do not be desperate, because another source of income will help you maintain your price. Secondly, have a price you cannot go below. It could be, see, 100K is not a bad price. 100K is not small and it's not too much. As an MC, you might have been in the industry for 10, 15 years, but your price as at that time might be 80K, right? So here's how to grow, right? Don't go below. You must have a particular price you can't go below. Let's say 50K. And this is how to know. This is how you know, right? When you say, okay, I want to start doing 50K. So when you tell people 100K, right? And you tell people, oh, I charge 100K. And they're like, but you shall negotiate. They pay you 50K. Like 10 people pay you 50K. Good. That's a good sign that you are on the right price and you're ready to move up. But when 20 people reach out to you and you give them 50K and none of them pays you that 50K, then you have to go down. There's something wrong with your brand. You are not up to that amount yet. You might think you're up to 50K yet, but you are not, right? So this year, I decided I was going to review my price, and I like doubled my price. I practically doubled my price, and I was scared. I was jittery. I was like, hey, because I also don't want to. There's also a point of not pricing yourself out of the market, because once people leave you, they won't come back again. Once they already know, this one they charge this amount, no worry. People will abandon you, and that's the end of your brand, right? So I was scared. I doubled my price this year. I was like, no. I mean, I did 15 international jobs last year around the world. So, I mean, I can double my price. And I doubled my price. And thankfully, a lady reached out to me and I gave her the price. And she was like, no. So the lady told me 2 days, right? She told me 16 and 18. And I gave her the price. And she said, okay, so that means for 2 days will be how much? I said, madam, that price I gave you was for 2 days. Do you understand? And just like for 2 days, I was like, okay. So I think
she was willing to pay.
Exactly.
Multiply
and I think part of what helped me was brand positioning. I've been able to position my brand in people's mind on blogs, on Bella Nigeria and the likes. See, there are some days clients who pay me 800K. A client who pay me 800,000, and I will post it everywhere. It is not pride. It is perception. A planner that sees that these guys, they paid him 800K. That planner can bring 200K job to me. They can't. They won't. It is a perception job. Some days I'll just post my dates. I'll just post, I have 15 jobs. I have 20 jobs for the year, right? This is to, so people, I did say anytime I post jobs like that, I get 3 people reach out to me that same day. So, boy, Alpha, I beg go this date. I beg go, we'll go pay you now. I beg go, help us keep this date. I beg, it's a perception job. People need to see, you can't keep some things hidden. You're a marketer, you are selling.
Let your light so shine.
Yes,
men shall see your good works.
See, you can be humble when you get to that level. There's a level you get to. Even Coca-Cola, as big and as huge as they are still advertising. They are not humble with their adverts, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I think I put it. I can DM a planner I really like. Oh, please kindly follow back. I used to do that, When they follow back, I notice they start watching my story. Then I start posting stuff on my story. If someone should pay me 500K, 800K, I'll screenshot it and post it on my story. You might call it pride. You are not my customer. You are not my client. I don't care about you. The person I'm doing that for, they can't come and underprice me. They've seen, they've heard, they've seen that this guy, they charge it on. In fact, most times before people come, they already have an idea of how much you charge. They call themselves. They will ask. They will ask. So that's why some people have been in the industry for 15, 20 years, but they can't charge 250K. They can't charge 400K because their price fluctuates. Their outfit does not look what you are charging. There's a branding, there's a packaging, right? You must look. You can't call 800K and not look it. You can't call 500K and not look it. Your page must look the amount. See, in fact, one of the standards I used to upload anything on my page. There's also a place of IG. There's also a place of IG story, right?
Do you have a social media manager, or you manage your?
I don't think there's any social media manager that will manage my page more than I do, honestly.
Okay.
Unless there's someone that maybe knows blogs, right? But a social media manager that will manage my page more than I do, I don't think there is. So your IG page is your office. If I should refer you now to a client, the first thing they will say is, can I see their IG page? A lot of you will eat amala with your cousin, you post it on your IG page. You will wear one cloth at home, freestyle, you post it on. No, your IG page is where people come to first. So I don't upload. In fact, I used to tell myself that if a president's daughter won't like this thing I'm uploading, I don't put it on my page. That's the concept behind everything. And I make sure my page is neat, straight to the point, is direct. I mean, you see a lot of people, they will upload where people are dancing in, they will upload bride doing makeup. Are you the makeup artist? What is your business with bride doing makeup, with bride dancing? Upload what you did, just because they know. And that's the issue about trending. A lot of people just want to trend. You see mother and daughter crying, mother and daughter hugging each other and crying. Then you upload it on your page as what? You want to make the next couple cry. Or what exactly are you trying to sell? You know? So, I mean, a lot of people don't. Yeah.
Wow. This is already turning into like a master class. For all those who are watching this. We are talking on unlocking your potential. Unlocking your potential. For those who would like to get Dayoice's book, just wait for it. His birthday is coming. But I have a book titled Finding Your Career Path. You can get that book on Amazon, Finding Your Career Path. Finding Your Career Path. I wrote that book in 2009. It was forwarded by Dr. Kingsley Okonkwo, Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo. Some of you know him. And in that book, you will learn some of these principles in print, how you can find yourself and then find the business or the career path that is most suitable to the kind of person God already made you to be. It's such a sweet feeling when people pay you for what you can do naturally. What you can do naturally. Yes, what you enjoy doing. You know, you have, you know, I saw one of your pictures when you go to London, and I was just so happy for you. Like, this man is living right in the center of God's purpose for his life, because this is the desire of God for every human being. God wants you, if you're watching me right now, God wants you to enjoy life.
Absolutely.
God is not glorified when you are suffering.
No, that's not God.
You wake up Monday morning, you are grumbling as you are going to your office. You hate the job. You hate Mondays. In the bank. Oh wow. You know, you hate Mondays and you love Fridays. Then you're in the wrong path. Then you should sign up for Talent to Business, because you have no business exiting the earth until you have unlocked your true potential and you are making huge amounts of impact, influence, and income. These three I's are important: influence, impact, and income. And you can make money in any currency of the world. We have to round off. We have to round off tonight. Two last questions, two questions in one. What's your advice to anyone in paid employment, but they have a special talent they are very sure they want to pursue as a business? And then what will be your final words for our viewers tonight? Your
Okay.
advice to someone in paid employment whose talent is obvious, but the person is afraid to launch out. And what's also your final words for those watching tonight?
Okay. First off, really grateful to everyone that have joined this far. And like I said, my book will be coming out. I have all these stuff are what I'll be touching, you know. So on or before May 3rd, my book should be out by God's grace. Then going to this question, if you're working for someone, you probably don't enjoy the job, probably feel there's more that you can do. So in fact, you might have discovered your talent, you might have not, right? You are doing the right thing, you're already working. Because the mistake a lot of people make is you're not even working at all. It's an issue. So let's assume you are working, but you're not enjoying your job. So now what you need to do is on the side, like I stated, so one of the basic steps to getting to your purpose is first identifying what you want to do or what you like to do, right? So look around you. Look around you. You have, especially for those people that have a lot of talent, or let's say you have a lot of talent, or you've even identified your talent. Who is that person doing extremely well in your field? Or who do you think you like to be? Like, oh, this person, I like what they do, right? Look around you. Look around you. There's someone around you doing that thing you want to do. There's someone already there where you want to get to. Here's what you need to do. Reach out to that person. If the person is not responding or something, send gifts. Send gifts. If the person is not responding with gift or anything, then just understudy them from afar. But you need to learn. You need to learn first. Don't just venture into because you have a talent, right? Because you have the talent, you just venture into it without learning from people ahead of you. You sink. You sink. You need to learn. Even if it's for a month, 3 months, 6 months, you need to learn first, right? This is while you are working, while you are still working, while you are still grumbling, while you are still doing that job you hate. Then you start. I don't know if it's what's this popular man that makes clothes that is in London now. This very popular guy now that is PK's friend, is Dr. Kingsley's friend. He makes clothes. Okay,
David Wedge.
Yeah, no, not
David Wedge.
Not even David Wedge. Yeah, it was David Wedge I was thinking is Maya Tafo. Do you know that Maya Tafo started selling clothes from the trunk of his car while he was still working with Guinness?
Wow.
Yes. Maya Tafo started selling clothes from the boot of his car to his colleagues at work. That's somebody that was already working. He already identified his purpose. Then he was working on his purpose on the side. He was learning. He was meeting people. He was, so you need to still keep doing what you're doing, because trust me, you don't want to leave your job. You will be desperate. This is why some people will stay on one grade. They'll be collecting the same amount. I mean, it's daring when someone reach out to me and tell me, as I am now, I don't do any job less than, I can't even take a job of 350K. I won't take it. I don't do it. You can't give it to me. It's not like because I don't need the money. It's not because I don't need the money, but because I know people talk. And because I know I'm building a brand. See, let me tell you, if you reject the job of 350K today, that same person will come back to you and tell you, we have your 500K now. Should be 500K you charge. But if you collect that 350K, they will not give you the 500K. They will look for another person that they will give that 500K. They won't give it to you. But so you need, a lot of people, you need to learn to, but how can you do this? You can only do this when you're still working, when you're still doing your 9 to 5, right? You can still, but you don't have 9 to 5. Your children, they are crying. You need to pay NEPA bill. You need to do this thing. You don't even have open pampers. You need to buy pampers. Then I'll bring 80K to you. You now say, no, I'm building a premium brand. Your wife will chase you out of the house. So I mean, your 9 to 5 can be a blessing. Usually, while you're doing that, give yourself a target. 1 year. I didn't even know I was going to stop banking soon, because I mean, I didn't know, but especially last year, I had to travel to 15 different countries to MC event. There was no way. There was a time we met at the airport. You remember?
Yes. When
I was
yes.
London. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the night I asked you, are you still in the banking? Yeah. Who is giving you permission to travel so often?
Yeah, because I was
It
traveling
will
back.
just seem as if they are paying you salary to travel.
Exactly. I was even thinking we're going to touch partially the international, because a lot of people want to do international jobs, they don't have passports. It's fun. I'm not kidding.
Mm.
A lot of people are
Wow.
praying for international jobs, they don't have passports, they don't have
Then
visa.
they are not
They don't have
ready.
visa.
They are not ready.
See, you need to apply for. A lot of people think visa is, they want to get job first before they start applying for visa. No, get the visa. Start asking people, how do you get visa? How do you get visa for this country? Is there a country you like to work in? Start asking people. There are jobs. All these countries have jobs. US, UK, they have jobs. But you don't have visa. We don't have the visa. That's the only reason why you're not doing destination jobs, right? If you have a Schengen visa today, a Europe visa today, you get a job, because you not start
Europe
advertising.
jobs will come up.
Yes, you not start advertising that, oh guys, do you need an MC in this country? Do you need an MC in you will get, somebody will reach out to you, right? But you don't have visa, you don't have passports, you start doing advert. By the time they pay you $1,500, you spend $800, then your visa, you didn't get the visa. Then you now start coughing, you cough out that $800 you've spent.
Wow.
You know?
Guys, tonight has been more than what we anticipated. I knew it was going to be hot. I knew it was going to be electrifying. I knew it was going to be a lot of wisdom poured out. And Dayo, you have the heart of a teacher as well. I see that you love to teach, you love to impact. And that is the hallmark. I was going to ask you about wedding plans and all of that, but I decided to leave that out because that's not part of what we're talking about tonight. But what are your final words to those watching tonight? Final words that somebody who desires more from this year. More for me means moving over the regular experience. Moving over the regular experience. For 2023, what kind of mindset does Dayoice have? You know, your mindset is for me, it's like a currency. The mindset of every individual is like a currency, it's an invisible currency that we spend. Because when life shuts a door at somebody who is a pessimist, the person will turn back. But an optimist, if life shuts a door, he will go through the window and say, I will learn how to fly.
We die here.
But yes, but my objective must be fulfilled. So what are your final words for tonight?
Okay, so
just
the MC said he's interested in boot camp. So please send a DM to Mr. Popples. Send a DM. So of course you have a 20% discount. Just tell them Dayoice. So you get a good. So first and foremost, like I tell people, even if I don't have one naira in my pocket, I have my mind, which is a lot. Which is a lot. Trust me, I'm daring. And if I tell you my story, you can see how I was just seeing a friend of mine yesterday night. You know, he was telling me, man, that it feels, man, all these things happening to me, that maybe is one thing, you know, the way God is favoring. I'm like, I don't know, that maybe that he listened to one message that it could be because my parents have done. So I said, I don't know, it could be that. And it could also be that, I don't know, it could just be God's grace and maybe I am daring. Do you know, as far back as, it was yesterday when we went out, and I realized that as far back when I was in primary 3, I mean, and I was very young. I mean, I entered secondary school at 9, right? I entered university at 14, right? So I was very young. So I mean, at primary 3, I was around 4 or thereabouts. I was 4 or 5 or something. I was very young because secondary school at 9. If secondary school at 9, then primary 3 I should be around 4. You know. So yeah. I came 4th, either 4th or 3rd, and they gave the first position double promotion, 2nd double promotion, and I don't know, they gave the 3rd double promotion. No, I think I was 3rd. They gave 1st and 2nd double promotion, and I mean a 4-year-old, you know. And I went to meet my teacher. I was like, Auntie, sorry, why did you give 1st and 2nd double promotion? I didn't give 3rd double promotion. And it was yesterday I realized why the lady was looking at me. She looked at me for like 2 minutes. She was just stunned. She was just looking at me. I was like, why is this lady? It was yesterday I realized she would have been in awe, like, man, which kind guts, which kind mind. You know, so she was like, bring your parents. I got home, I told my mom. My mom was like, no, you'll be too small. How do you want to double promotion to primary 5? For what? You'll be too small. My dad was like, oh, it's fine, you know. So they gave me the door promotion. So, like I tell people, your mind, see, you don't have to have one naira, you don't have to have money in your pockets. But once you have prayers, because once you pray, God gives you ideas. Ideas will drop. It doesn't have to be like my pastor will say, it doesn't have to be cutting, moving, or maybe no. It doesn't have to be that. But once you pray, there's a place of prayer, you pray, right? Then ideas start dropping. You need to have a mind. You need to have a mindset. You need to have a rugged mindset. You need to have a mindset that if it doesn't work, we are not going home. A mindset that if I don't kill anything. See, hunters those days don't go home. Like I said, they don't go home empty-handed, right? So you can't.
They must come back with the game. They must come back with the antelope.
And the truth is, when you enter what was that game called? That game where you start looking for a place to go out, right? What was that?
The maze. Is it the maze?
The maze, right? There is always a way out. You might not see it yet. You might not know it yet. But it's not like you now jump the fence out. Even jumping the fence out is a way out. It's when you now that idea that is the issue, right? Yeah. So they must show for everyone watching, whatever it is you're doing, for everyone watching, whatever it is you are doing presently, you need to be rugged about it. First off, you need to look for someone doing that thing you're already doing. Someone, because that is the only way you can be inspired. You can't just be doing something. There are some things.
You become what you behold.
It's just like being
what you constantly behold.
It's just like being a psychologist in Nigeria. You make money, but you can't make money like if you're in the US. Do you understand? There are some things that you need to look for someone already doing it big. You need to know how and why. You need to know how and why. Thank you, Ada. That's an elder sister. She was together. We did my master's together, LBS.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there's I've lost my train of thought. Okay, so if whatever it is you're doing, please look for someone already doing that. That's the only way you can be inspired. Don't go and do something someone is not already making money from. Although most times you might be inspired, it might be a fresh idea, but there is always someone doing something slightly close to what you intend doing. That is the only way you can keep being inspired. So once you find this person, you learn, you understudy, you try to farms, you try to whatever, just do whatever you have to do. Then you need to put yourself out there. Everybody within your area might not even need you. They might not even be able to pay what you do. I mean, in my church, DCC, I don't think anybody has. It's not like people don't have the money to pay me in this, but I've never done any wedding in DCC, and I've been in DCC for like 8 years, right? I've never done. I think I did just one wedding in it, and that's because most times when I tell people how much I charge, they're like, "Oh God, calm down. What's happening? No be fight, you know." So the place where you are, you
may not be where your market is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people miss it. You keep trying to sell to people that don't see the value. You keep trying to sell.
You're trying to sell canoes to people who are living in a desert.
Exactly.
That's not what they need.
Even most times, a lot of them even live on the water. But your canoe is too advanced for them. Your canoe is too advanced. So you need to look for people. You don't need to sell canoe to people that survive. You can sell your canoe to people that are on vacation. Right?
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to strategize. You need to know, oh, okay. Like I said, one of the first things I did was I segregated the market. I said, okay, I need to find my target audience. I want to do just premium events, just rich weddings, just rich people's wedding, right? So if you want to do just premium weddings, if you want to do just rich people's wedding, you need to look the parts, your brand, your outfit, your everything, your appearance, your
position.
You need to look the part. So I started positioning myself. Then where do rich people go to relax if they want to check wedding stuff and other? They go to Bella Nigeria. We have other blogs. Then we had Nigerian weddings. They are not as hot as they used to be. Bella Nigeria is still the one that, you know. So they go to Bella Nigeria. They go to, you know. So I reached out. I started targeting people from Bella Nigeria, right? So please, whatever it is you're doing, know your target audience. The people you're around, where you are might not be your market. Reach out to new market, reach out to new prospect, and everything is in your mind. It's a mind thing. It's a mind. It's just a, see, there's some, I mean, as at 2016, I didn't have, I mean, I was struggling, right? I was struggling, trying to pay my fees, trying to make ends meet. But one thing kept me going. I had my mind. I knew there was a way out. I had my mind. I was rugged, you know.
Wow.
So I mean, that's just what
Thank you. There are a lot of light bulb moments as you were rounding off. One of the things that I can pick up from what you just rounded off with is, number one, for those who are watching it as we round off, before you go to the market, take your talent to school before you take your talent to the market. So go get some education around the area of talent or the potential you have. That's one. Number two, your mindset is more important than your handset. I'm just summarizing for those who are watching. Yes, your mindset is more. So whether you have money in your bank or not, nobody knows. But what you invest in your mind, don't allow your bank balance knock you off balance. If you don't have money, invest in your mind and have a clear picture of how great you want your future to be. Another thing that I said this evening is that put yourself out there in the market. Don't light your candle and put it under a table. Like scripture says, you are supposed to think like a city upon a hill. So market with a lot of
aggressiveness.
Yes, aggressiveness. Target your potential clients and know that if the people around you don't want to patronize you, probably they are not the ones you should be focusing on. We have over 7 billion people on the earth. We have over 20 million people in Lagos. We have over 200 million people in Nigeria. The market is there. You just need to locate them. And don't forget, what I always say is once you find your focus and you focus on your focus, very soon you will become the focus of men. We are not run out of content. We have just run out of time. We still have a lot to share. But I'm going to try and walk around bringing Dayoice for talent to business 3 days boot camp. I know he's a very busy man, but it's a virtual boot camp to coach those who have budding talents but are yet to create business systems, profitable businesses from them. I'm going to show you with my other facilitators how to create 4 streams of income from your major dominant talent. My book is on Amazon. Thank you, Dayo. As you go tonight, my regards to your team and your tribe, all the guys that you invest in. May God bless you for what you are doing for the industry, and let us know when the wedding date has been fixed.
Very soon. Thank you so much. So guys, please register for the Talent to Business 3 days boot camp. And also, my book is coming out soon. Trust me, it's going to be mind-blowing.
You have a title for the book yet? You have a title for the book yet?
Not yet, but I'm looking at beginner's guide for every MC. You know, because it's just going to be a detail, because I don't do, like I tell you, I don't do aspire to perspire. I tell you what works for me. Trust me, I don't
practical.
I have seen a lot of people following mentors about, and they are nowhere to be found. They are just there. You can follow mentors, but you need to know that times have changed. What worked for the mentor might not work for you. You can't keep relying and saying, nah, so my mentor. No, times have changed, right? So I teach people, I tell people what works or worked for me. All right. So my book is gonna be that solid. I'm gonna be sharing everything that has worked, everything that works for me. It's not a aspire to do more. No, straight to the point. You know, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. God bless you guys. See you guys around. Be rugged, be determined. See, let people talk. People can tell you this guy, your own is too much. People will not feed you. If you meet people to borrow you money, they will not answer you. If that's the only thing, if that's what works for you, my brother, keep doing it. So far, you're not insulting, you're not crossing the line, you're not misbehaving, you're just on your page, you're just selling. You know, you're just trying to say, you know, it's just in Nigeria that we're always very scared. You know, people are always, no, if good things they happen to you, cover up. He's not a businessman. You know, he's not in this job we do. If good things are happening, let people know. He attracts other people.
This business is called show business. You
Show
have
business.
to show the
Show
business.
I got a job last year in London. I was on my way back from London and I was posting it everywhere. And the bride chatted me. She was like, please, are you still in London? I said, no, I'm on my way to Nigeria. She said, no, I need you back next week. You know? So imagine I was just coding it. I don't want to make my village people. I don't want to make my village people know, say I don't go London.
No
go
village people can stop our blessing this year.
Die.
You know, it's a mindset. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, please, everyone watching tonight, 20% discount if you are joining the boot camp, and the discount code is Dayoice. Send me a DM, Mr. Purpose International. I will work with him to see how he can be in that boot camp to share, especially on there are modules we have. There's the mindset module. There's the mindset module, and there's the negotiation, the Goliath negotiation strategy. Goliath negotiation strategy for you to dominate the market. We've learned so much tonight. My name is Mr. Purpose. I'm the founder of Purpose Discovery Academy, Nigeria's pioneer Purpose Discovery Academy in Africa. We started in 2009, and it's been such a joy bringing Dayoice to you all tonight. Head to Head will be back next week, Thursday, by 8 p.m. And I have another phenomenal entertainer as a guest on Head to Head next week. You don't want to miss that. Whatever you do, make sure you are walking or running or flying towards your dreams. Exceed as you proceed. God bless you.